Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Grease Gun SMG, which is being made by users Hitman47101 and Deadpool2099. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a beautiful new gun for Fallout 4 in the form of the Grease Gun, and I have really been having a whole heck of a lot of fun with this thing so far, though I probably should add it's technically not new. Now, of course, it is new for Fallout 4, but it's not new to the Fallout franchise, as if you have played previous games, specifically Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas, you may remember this exact weapon, though the big difference between its previous incarnation and this new modded form is the ammo type. The originals were 9mm ammo, and this one is 45, which I'm a little wondering why that change was made. I mean, I can understand the change to a different ammo type in a different game, but I would have thought at least just bumping it up to the 10mm rather than 45, but that's just a personal weird little side note that I have in my brain. But if you are going to be playing with this gun, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So what do you get with a basic bog standard grease gun? Well, let us have a look. With the standard modifications in its most basic form, it will do 36 damage with, of course, 45 rounds, with a fire rate of 33, accuracy of 119, or range of 119 rather, accuracy of 63. I started reading the next line too early. And then finally a weight of 7.8. Now you will start to see this gun in the Wasteland at about level 5, which means it's a pretty early weapon, and I'm actually quite impressed by that, considering you can actually make this thing pretty darn powerful for how early you get it. And it is just, I mean, a pretty easily upgradable weapon, which is kind of meant to be. The whole purpose of the Grease Gun is for its simplicity and cheap manufacture cost, etc. But overall, I really do love this thing. They did an amazing job putting this together. It is just beautiful modeling, beautiful texturing, though I should note here that there is an alternative download. Now, I personally think the damage is actually quite good, even with the modifications. Like I said, you can actually make this thing pretty decent. But if you think that the damage is a bit too high, there is actually an alternative download that lowers the damage threshold a bit. Again, personally, I think it's good, but if you'd like a weaker gun for some reason, you can go and get that. And so, as for how it deals in the field, let us actually take a look just briefly at two upgraded versions I made here. As you can see, it can get up to 54 pretty easily with a pretty hefty barrel magazine, and the most powerful one I was able to make was just this 63 here, which, I mean, still isn't that great compared to some other weapons out there, but this is without necessary perks for making things bigger and better. So that could, of course, be a much higher damage threshold with those. So let's actually take a look at what modifications we do have, and then we'll take some shots. So let's look at the workbench here and go to our just basic greaser gun, and in the receivers we have the pretty standard fare. Now the standard version is actually only semi-automatic, whereas if you do want to upgrade it to, I guess, what you would consider a proper SMG, you are going to have to bring it up to the automatic receiver here, which I thought was a bit strange, considering, you know, you'd think SMG, you think fully automatic fire. But that is something I should note there. But yeah, we have pretty standard receivers going all the way through up until the top ones here. And actually, I think I just passed by something that... No, I was seeing things. Lovely. I thought for a second I had not built the most powerful greaser gun I could. But yes, going all the way up to the powerful and advanced automatic receivers, which this kind of intrigues me here between the two of these. The advanced receiver is by far the more damage and higher fire rate, but the powerful receiver has the higher accuracy. So it just... You'd think the powerful one would be the higher damage fire rate but lower accuracy, but again, that's just my thinking on that one. Now, for barrels, we have three different ones: the standard long barrel, a short barrel for hip fire accuracy, and a suppressed barrel if you want to be a sneaky fool. And then next in the grips, we got a couple of options here, starting from the standard, and then you can go to a standard unfolded stock to increase your accuracy. Then we have a folded stock here, a comfort grip with folded stock, and comfort grip with unfolded stock. And all very, very good options. Next in magazines, we have the standard magazine, a drum magazine, quick eject standard, and a quick eject drum. All of which very fun to have. The next is in sights. Not many options here. We only have the standard iron sights and then 2 different reflex sights. I'd personally like to see some more things in this option, but I mean, it is a small SMG. I don't think you'd be putting like long-range scopes on it or anything of that variety. And then finally, we do have the muzzle, where we have either no muzzle, flash hider, or of course a muzzle brake for your convenience. And those are our different modifications. All in all, you can make this thing a pretty impressive gun. So let us take a look at it firing and hear the sounds. So of course the standard version with standard iron sight, not exactly the greatest iron sight ever, but it is functional enough. And of course the sound. And reload animation. Very good one, actually. Fits quite nicely with everything. It looks like it actually makes sense, unlike some weapons we've seen in the past. And again, just to reiterate, this is semi-auto rather than full auto fire, which does slow it down a bit, but overall a good gun. Now, the next one I made was, of course, my automatic version, the powerful automatic, in fact, at 54 damage. And this one, oh yeah, I like this one. There you go. As you can see, it does have a different sound to it with the automatic and does hold a heck of a lot more bullets with that drum magazine at 60, and overall will deal some pretty decent damage. What was it that I said on it? 54. There we go. Very nice. And the final one, which is the most powerful I've been able to make, at 63 damage, again without any perks. So with perks, you would be able to go higher. This is another semi-auto submachine gun, which is just kind of an awkward thing. And of course suppressed so that, you know, you can be a bit sneaky. And yes, that is the Grease Gun. And of course, as per usual, we're gonna go have to kill this poor dog over here, like we do every episode we look at a new gun. And let's do it without the sneak, and there, oh, I missed him on that shot. Again, it is a submachine gun, so not the greatest of range. So it is not the most accurate thing. All the way over there, oh dear lord, finally we took him down. You saw the aiming, I was right on his body. But again, submachine gun, it's not really designed for that far out. Especially if you have this particular one, which, oh boy, is going to just be all over the freaking place. This is really meant to be a more close to medium range weapon. But yes, that is the Grease Gun, which I really love this thing. It's good to see it back in the game after we did have it in Fallout 2 and New Vegas. It's nice to have it back. And overall, just a very, very cool weapon. And if you would like to, of course, take a look at this yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description, as always. And I definitely say to give it a go, as well, it's a fun gun. But of course, I do also hope you have enjoyed this episode today, and that you do come back for the next one, when we'll hopefully be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, my friends, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.